Mike, do you mind telling us a little bit about Astro Tools?
We're a 62-year-old company. We're based in Portland, Oregon. Almost all our operations are here with the exception of one employee in New Jersey. We are one of two companies in the United States that makes mil-spec QPL products, and we're a tool manufacturer. We make them specifically for the wire harness industry. Now you imagine a wire harness going from one end of an airplane to the other and all the things that it controls from the cockpit. So we don't make the wire, but we make the tools that allow those wires to transmit the signal that provides the opportunity for control.
What was your experience working with Todd and being approached by a job developer?
Well, we were a little hesitant at first, but I'd been involved with a local organization called Exceed Enterprises that helped people that had limitations, certain physical limitations, and so I wasn't hesitant to see if it would work out. So he brought Todd here, and we walked Todd through the plant. He took a look at the job we'd be doing, and we spent time talking with Todd about his experience, and actually put some of our tools in his hands, and he had the small motor skills to do it. We kept him and started training to do some of the things that we did in the manufacturing of our product line, and he took to that very well. Now, eventually he took to it so well that when the R&D project was completed, we kept him on. He was working a few hours a week and then more and more and more, and then we had an employee retire, and it was an easy fit to put Todd in her position. So he came to work for us full-time and does an excellent job.
When we were talking earlier, you had mentioned that the Commission for the Blind was helping to stipend some of his wages during that training period for him to learn the job. Was there any questions that you had about his hearing loss or vision loss that you were using that time period to kind of just test out to see if that was going to work for Todd in this job?
We weren't concerned at all about the hearing loss. The vision loss was a concern because you can see the size of tools that we make and imagine how small the parts are that go into those tools. Except that as we interviewed Todd, he made a comment about something he'd seen on a piece of paper like that across the table, and he was reading it. I was having trouble reading it, and I was next to the paper. So it was obvious that he had very clear vision, limited field, but for the kind of work we required, limited field works just fine.
What was the point where you said, aha, Todd is going to fit with our company?
Actually, it was when he started to build the other tools more than the crimp tool, because it didn't require a lot of manual dexterity with this prototype tool to put the wire in, crimp it, pull it out, snip it off, put the uncrimped in again, crimp it and snip it off. But when he actually had to build these tools, work with these parts, and measure the tool to make sure it met specifications, it was obvious he'll fit well. Now, it was very fortuitous that we had somebody that retired. It wasn't an expected retirement. So it was just very fortuitous. He was here, he was trained, and everybody liked it.
He was a good fit and it was the right time.
Absolutely. Timing is everything.
Is there anything that you'd like to share maybe with another business who would be interested in learning more about this?
Well, I think through this process you get a better opportunity to look at a job candidate, even if you weren't considering them full-time. Even if it was for a temporary project, then going through an interview process with a temp agency, guessing whether you're getting the right person or not. So we had a chance to look at Todd for several weeks in several different assembly circumstances, and he had a chance to prove himself before we ever had to make a commitment.
That is really exciting to hear, and we're just so thankful to have had the opportunity to work with you and have you today to share your story with us.